Alright, welcome back Twitch and YouTube to just another game. Master Detective Archives Raincode. It's time for Vivia in The Near-Death Detective. Vivia visits a building to investigate an unsolved case. However, the elevator leading to the roof stops, leaving him stuck inside with a woman. Oh no! Trapped. Just the way that it's phrased, leaving him stuck inside with a woman. I don't know why I think it's funny to me. Trapped within the motionless box, Vivia closes in on the truth as he faces life and death. Alright, let's begin.
Death is always awaiting me upon my path. Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet. Even if I manage to overcome them and make progress down that path, when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment.
The Near-Death Detective.
It doesn't seem to be moving at all. And the management company isn't responding either.
Maki roll!
I guess we just have to wait. If you wait long enough, everything will come to an end. Just as there is rain unceasing, a day will come when the sun doesn't rise, and when the oceans dry up too.
You're a lot of fun to be alone in this elevator with.
You will die, and so will I.
For the love of God, let me out.
Is that supposed to be a joke? How can you talk about death in this situation?
He talks about death in every situation.
I'm not enjoying this situation enough to make light jokes about it.
I think I'd find things a bit more enjoyable if I wasn't trapped in here with you.
I apologize if I've offended you. I wish to avoid all unnecessary fights.
Same goes for me.
You really are
Sorry
Maki
I
roll.
raised my voice. I'm not used to situations like this.
Nor am I. We found something we agree on.
Aren't you afraid
Afraid?
of all this? We're stuck in an elevator, hanging in midair. What if something happens and we fall to our deaths?
Well, we can't change that from here, can we?
Don't think I'm afraid.
What if the elevator is never fixed and we're trapped here forever?
We repopulate the
Then
elevator.
it'll be like a coffin. I actually think it would be rather cozy. I could just sleep here until I die.
What's with you and your death wish?
It's not like I intended to have one. It's hard to describe. Thinking of death is like breathing to me.
Do you find it fun to live like that?
Isn't that what life is all about? There are things that I find fun. For example, I love reading stories. For some reason, I feel more alive when I can invest in a story's protagonist. I also love gazing at the beauty found in nature. Seeing plants sway in the breeze brings joy to my heart.
You sure are a strange one.
You have no idea.
Am I? What about you? What makes you happy?
Well, I suppose I like to observe life.
As I kill it.
Observe life.
I used to be a nurse. I've seen many lives saved and lost at the hospital. Life should be more precious than diamonds, but some people are treated more poorly than a pebble on the road. Isn't that strange? A life is a life, so why should its value be different depending on the person? So now, whenever I look at people, I watch their lives. I wonder how valuable each life may be.
And then I watch it drain
You're
from their
also
eyes as I
kind of
kill them.
strange.
Am I?
Speaking of which, I didn't catch your name. I'm Vivia. Who are you?
I'm real.
Rio. I think we may have met before. Do you remember?
Let's see. Disturbance says Invention Detective. We read that one.
Hey, Vivia. Everyone else is out on a job. How long are you gonna stay
I
there?
thought we weren't supposed to take jobs.
Until I die?
You gotta be kidding me. Do I have to pull the pieces of you out of there once you're a skeleton?
If you wouldn't mind.
If you have free time, why don't you help work on some unsolved cases?
Chief, do I look like I have a lot of free time to you?
You look like you're so bored you could die. Look, just hear me out as a way to kill time. There have been a series of suspicious deaths lately. People jumping to their demise from a certain building. The first one was over 5 years ago, and people have been periodically jumping ever since. There's been over 10 confirmed cases.
What's suspicious about that? They came across a building to jump off of when they happened to feel like dying. That's probably all there is to it.
That could be true for 1 or 2 cases, but over 10 times in the same spot? That's unusual, no matter how you look at it.
Are you suggesting someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes?
We won't know until it's investigated. It'd be an absolute nightmare if someone is getting their kicks killing people and making it look like suicide. For the sake of the town's safety, it's not something we can ignore. That's where we come in.
There's no point in investigating
Us,
it.
the busybodies.
All we will find
The
is
nosies.
boring reality.
No matter how boring it is, it's still reality. There's value in finding it.
Detectives are such troublesome creatures.
Aren't you one too?
Huh?
All right, I forgot
Don't
about
look
that.
at me all surprised. Why'd you come here if you're no detective? Aren't you here to solve mysterious crimes and help those who are lost?
No,
Uh,
I'm here to be in this fireplace reading my book. I like my book and this plant. I wasn't actually assigned to come here. It just kind of happened. I was asleep in somebody's suitcase, and here I am. Would not be surprised me if that's his origin story, actually. At least we got Dosahiko out of the way first, right? Now we can actually enjoy these.
he asked me why I came to this town. I don't understand it myself. I'm not actively searching for a place to die just yet. I'm not here to be a detective searching for the truth. It's nothing so pure or sincere. The reason I came to this city was due to my impatience with living. What did I seek by coming here? What do I expect from this place?
Hey, it's the bitch in the red dress.
That was a woman in a red raincoat. That reminds me. The chief did mention something. Around the building where the suicides occur, a suspicious woman in a red raincoat has often been spotted. I'm not interested in the truth, but I am interested in her. I should try to tag along behind her without being spotted.
Ah, so you are Leon S. Vivia. It's gonna be kind of hard for you to be there without being spotted, considering how fucking tall you are. Leon S. Twilight. Vivia S. Kennedy. Pick one. I don't care. It's always a bitch in a red dress, though. Didn't even think twice about that one, huh? This is not how people walk.
I see. This is the perfect building for dying.
Mm-hmm. Vivia tested, Vivia approved. Treatment of criminals. Didn't read that one.
We've met before? Are you sure about that? I don't remember you at all. Are you sure it was me you met?
There's no mistake. You have that smell.
Smell?
You smell faintly of death.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly how you compliment
That's
a
rather
woman.
rude.
Do you live in this building?
Yes. Why?
From what I've heard, there hasn't been anyone living in this building for a long time.
Who said that? Oh, was it the people around here? They probably have a grudge against this place. They say the building blocks the sun, or that it's sinking into the bedrock.
What about all the people who have fallen to their deaths from this place? Is that nothing but a groundless rumor, too?
Of course it is.
But it isn't. It's fact. Even the newspapers have articles about it. If you live here, then you must have heard about it. Many unsolved cases in the city have been completely left alone. Of course, this has nothing to do with me. I have no interest or desire to know the truth. However, I am somewhat interested in you.
Oh my.
Are you hitting on me?
I suppose you could take it that way.
I see. To be honest, I'm interested in you too. Although it's more that your life force makes me curious.
Match made in hell.
How do I put this? Faint. thinner than paper. Almost as though I can see death waiting on the other side.
I could say the same about you.
Now kiss.
Sheesh. This is a hassle. I guess I'll get to the point. You killed them, didn't you?
I did it?
You lured people from the city here and pushed them off the building, making it appear like suicide.
I actually suspect something
Why
different.
did you kill them? There's no benefit in it for you. For fun? You wanted to see them die? Or did you develop a special interest in the value of people's lives? If so, that makes you a serial killer.
Me? A killer? Well then, I guess that means you're trapped inside an elevator with a killer.
Strangely, I've found myself in situations like this often. Whether I want it or not, death finds its way to me.
You're not afraid?
Afraid? No, it's more like observing from a great distance as dark clouds slowly spread out over the ocean.
I don't quite get it, but it doesn't sound joyful to me. Though, you were like this from the very beginning. Truth be told, I can tell when someone has a death wish. I sense their desire to go to the other side. Yes, you remind me of them.
The other side. Did all those you lured here feel the same way?
Lord? You're mistaken. I didn't do anything myself.
Oh, this is interesting.
I was just here.
I'm looking up. Okay, so I was curious, and I haven't found out. But I was curious if I was thinking that she was Maki role for more than just her appearance. If there was something in her voice that was kind of making me think that. So I looked up the. Oh, hang on. She wasn't Danganronpa 3. At least the anime. Okay, hang on. I'm looking deeper into this. She was in Danganronpa 3, the anime, as additional voices, not as a particular character. Okay, that might be why she was in Ultra Despair Girls. That'd be why she was in Danganronpa 3. Because Danganronpa 3, the anime, dealt with some of the characters from Despair Girls. I don't see that she was. I don't see that she was in this game. Wait, hang on a second. I got my wires crossed. Hang on. Who am I looking up? Right, Erica Mendez, the VA for Maki. That's I got crossed. I haven't seen anything that says Erica Mendez is in this game yet. I think. I now confused myself. Hang on a sec. I've confused myself. Okay, yeah, Erica Mendez voiced Maki. I haven't seen anything that says Erica Mendez voiced this character yet. But I did find something interesting about Erica Mendez in that she also voiced Bernadetta from Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is incredibly funny.
People like you happen to show up here. Then they depart to the other side on their own.
You really want to insist that you weren't involved? That all those who died came here of their own accord?
That's right. Aren't you the same way?
Me? Perhaps.
I have a very strong suspicion about Ryo. I don't want to say anything. I don't even allude to it. Let's see if anybody else kind of suspects it as well.
I want to die someday. And perhaps this is a fitting place for it.
The view here is nice, don't you think? That's certainly an added benefit.
She's a motherfucking ghost.
The journey here wasn't easy, but things are just getting started. Vivia, let's save Kanai Ward. Together.
Did you bring everybody up here?
That's not why I came to this city.
Right. I'm counting on you then. Wait, what did you say? Did I mishear you?
I don't care what happens to Kanai Ward.
Well, that's very
And I
rude.
have no intention to obey orders from the WDO either. I just want some peace and quiet. A calming place where time will gently pass by.
What are you talking about? You're not gonna find that here. The only place you can find perfect peace is heaven. And the only ones who can reach it are the dead. Wait, don't tell me you...
Just leave me alone.
I can't do that. We need your help. Hey, Vivia!
I need to stop playing with things on my desk that make noise.
I've always been able to see the dead, and what they tell me is always true. The truth has been exhausting for me, for as long as I can remember. Even when I cover my eyes and ears, their voices continue to whisper it to me. Please, be quiet. No matter how much I beg for it, the calm will never come. Where's the perfect peace? It's found in death.
Ah, there's the look. Everyone who steps into this elevator has the same look in their eyes. They want to escape reality as soon as possible. They don't care where they end up, as long as they can get away. This elevator will take you to your desired exit. The path to the other side.
And it's your job to see them off. You've seen so many on their way from here. It's like you are the guide to the afterlife.
So what if I am? Aren't you similar?
Perhaps that may be true. It moved.
Life is like this elevator. Once it moves, it will not stop. I can hear them.
Hey, Vivia! Where are you? Hey, Vivia! Where are you?
That voice.
Do you recognize it?
No.
If you have any attachments in this world, I suggest you don't depart.
Attachments. If that's the case, why did you go to the other side?
Huh?
Yep.
The first of those who died was a woman wearing a red raincoat.
If you think about it a little bit, with Vivia's forte and the things he said during the main game, Vivia can always see ghosts even when he's not using his forte, which means she's a ghost. She doesn't actually exist. She's not alive.
Her name was Ryo. It was written in a newspaper article. Why do you still ride this elevator, even after death? Isn't it because you're still attached to this world?
And there's also kind of a trope in Japan of ghosts showing up in a red raincoat.
Who are you? You don't seem like an ordinary human.
I'm a regular
Especially
detective.
with long black hair.
I just happen to have one foot on the other side.
I see. Still, you surprise me. You knew I was already dead.
I told you in the beginning, and you smelled of death.
You did.
You're responsible for stopping this elevator, using some spiritual power, or whatever. You haven't been guiding the suicidal to the roof of this building. You've been stopping the elevator in an attempt to make them reconsider.
You sure are a mean one. You knew all along.
Did you try to save them?
Yes. As I'm sure you know, I haven't been able to stop a single one. More than 10. And I've watched all of them go. That's why I think it's my fault. Because I chose this place for my own death, it's become rather famous for suicides. I was just tired of living. I wanted to go somewhere far away from this place.
But you regret it.
Yes. That's why I always stop the elevator whenever someone comes here, so I can speak to them. But I've never been able to convince them otherwise. All I've done is provide some time to think things over. Everyone who comes here has claimed none would be saddened by their deaths. I've never been able to get them to recant those words.
That should be expected. After all, it is the truth. Everyone must overcome the death of others to keep on living. No one can remain in place and look back every time.
Is that so? We're almost to the roof. From here on, I can do nothing to stop this. Please listen. Even if you get to the roof, don't step out onto the floor.
Why?
Because they will try to take you. As long as you don't listen to them, you'll be able to shake it off. That's because you're here to investigate what happened, not for your own death.
I don't know about that. The moment I got on the elevator, I think I made up my mind.
No! You must be determined to survive! Otherwise they will take you!
Life and death. I fail to see the border between the two anymore. They both overlap. I can no longer tell which one is the real me.
Then please, think of the people you will leave behind! You must have some in your life. Are you really going to depart without saying farewell to them? There must be someone you'll regret not saying goodbye to.
If I had someone like that, I wouldn't be here. I have no one.
We need your help. Isn't it cool to have a detective agency in a submarine? If you ever have trouble here in Kanai Ward, just come on by. The other detectives and I will always have your back. In exchange, you better watch out for us, too.
What a pain.
If you ever need something, let me know.
I want peace and quiet.
Huh?
I want to be left alone.
There's no way I can do that. We're pals, aren't we? Vivia, you've barely eaten a thing since you came here. You're looking kind of emaciated.
I'm eating well enough.
That's not for eating, that's for reading.
Same thing.
How could they be the same thing? Do you hate the food in this town or something?
He kind of has a reason.
The hotel
for that.
restaurants offer lots of different choices. I'm sure you'll find something you can eat. All right, today's my treat. Let's go get dinner at a restaurant.
Why bother with all that trouble? I wish you'd leave me alone.
I can't do that. I may not look it, but I can be pretty persistent. You told me one thing, so now I have to do the opposite. That's just how I am. That's what made me the detective I am today.
Don't wish for death! At this rate, he'll be taken away! They're growing stronger. Each new one makes them more formidable. He will even take hold of the living! We've arrived. They're coming.
Oh god, it's hands. That's 10 of them.
So death awaits me here.
Don't go any further! They aren't moving.
Dead hands.
It's almost
Rain's
as though
favorite.
I haven't noticed you.
Rain's favorite monster.
I thought so. They're only able to take away the living.
Then you're also...
I'm the same as you all. I'm a ghost.
No way!
However, in my case, my body still lingers in this world.
What does that mean? Who are you?
I've already told you. I'm an ordinary detective. I just happen to have one foot on the other side. I decided to come here in my ghost form to try talking to you. And thanks to that, I can't be dragged out of here.
Really? I don't quite understand, but you sure are a mysterious person.
I wouldn't mind walking away on my own, but I refuse to let someone take me away from here. That is not the peace I desire.
So you've reconsidered?
There is no need for you to be imprisoned here. I think your atonement has been fulfilled. Isn't it about time you sever your attachments here?
No. I want to remain behind. I need to ensure they don't take anyone else who comes here. Not everyone is as strong as you are.
I'm not strong at all. I've just grown used to death. Also, will the elevator move again? Or is it stuck on the roof?
Yeah, Until someone pushes the button.
I guess we have to have ghost sex until then. Love in an elevator.
Vivia! Are you there?
That's Chief Yaco.
He's not here? Damn it. I'm at the wrong place. I thought he'd come here to investigate. I'm so exhausted.
He took the stairs all the way to the roof to chase after the elevator.
He must have been worried about you. I've watched over 10 people depart, but he's the first one I've seen come looking for the dead. You have a place you can return to. Perhaps that's the difference between us.
Honestly, I don't care for all the noise. I'm rather envious of your world.
However, if you have a place to return home to, you should.
Home, huh? I find myself hesitating. I don't know which path I should take.
Isn't it obvious?
Man, there's a lot of Maki in that sprite. It's basically aged up Maki.
Hey, Vivia! Where did you go?
Please, go back to him. I'm sure he's waiting for you to return.
Vivia! I was looking all over for you. You had such a solemn look on your face when you left, so I had a hunch. What happened?
I got a bit lost.
Getting lost at your age? Then again, you didn't come to this city that long ago, so I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. Let's go back to my awesome agency office.
Death is always awaiting me upon my path. Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet. Even if I manage to overcome them and make it to the end of that path, when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment. However, as long as I continue to travel this path, I may enjoy some peaceful scenery. Beyond the truth. Perhaps the peace I desire can be found there.
And the near-death detective comes to an end. All right. All right, the cast. It was Erica Mendez. I was right. She's not. I didn't see her credit, but yeah, that's Maki. That's her voice. All right, I like being right about things. Hang on a sec. I'm double checking now. Yep. Okay, so it wasn't just her appearance, it was also her voice. Interesting that she also voiced Bernadetta. That was something I didn't expect. But as you've kind of noticed as we've gone along here, not so much in Fubuki's story, but in Desahiko's, Halara's, and now Vivia's, the running theme has been kind of how Yaku was supporting them and doing his best to be involved in their life, and you know, especially with Vivia, the impact that he had, which led Vivia to confront Yuma, and his reluctance to really kind of accept that Yako would murder, and that his anger that he was manipulated into it. It's all been, we've all seen basically how, even though Yako has had no powers, he's not a master detective, and we really didn't see much of him investigating in the main story. He really did have kind of a major influence on everybody in his care. And we're going to go into the last one next time, which is going to be a chapter dedicated solely to him, called Thank You, My Detective. And I kind of think I know where this is going to pick up based on this description. So good luck to us, because there's going to be some emotional damage. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, let me know. Give me likes, send me comments. Remember to subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow when we do the final bit of Master Detective Archives Rain Code. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.